Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Approximately 30,000 Vermonters work in manufacturing. It's about 10% of the state workforce. Those manufacturing jobs are among the highest paying in the state. Working to support and strengthen Vermont's manufacturing center is the Vermont Manufacturing Extension Center, known as Vmec. Today, I'm visiting with the new CEO of Vmec to learn more about manufacturing in the state and to see how Vmec's training, coaching, and consulting boost economic growth. As part of National Manufacturing Day, I want to welcome Patrick Boyle. He began as Vmec's director in June of 2022, and he's responsible for leading the center's team in its mission to strengthen and grow Vermont's manufacturing sector. Welcome to Across the Fence, Patrick, and thank you so much for being with us.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here.
So, and welcome also to Vermont. You've worked in a lot of places around the world. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, let me give for your viewers a little bit of my background. I'm originally from Scotland, near Edinburgh, a place called Broxburn. It's about 15 miles outside of Edinburgh. And I started my career as an apprentice, a craft apprentice with British Rail on the electrical side. I went to university later in life in England, in Leeds, and then I studied psychology and media, a different approach from electrical engineering. And then I kind of left the UK, and I was lucky enough to both travel and work around the world, including Egypt, Japan a couple of times, Hong Kong a couple of times, China, Australia, and about 10 years ago coming to the US. I've been lucky to also work in education, in transportation, in medical devices, and also in engineering compliance. And we moved to Vermont a few months ago. My Vermont connection is that my wife, Jessica, is a Vermonter, and for her, it's a return home. So we're delighted to be in Vermont, and we live in the Brookfield area, and we're enjoying it very much.
Great. I'm sure we're lucky to have you here. Your background also includes work at Underwriters Laboratories, known as UL. What did you do there, and how has that work impacted who you are today?
Yeah, that was a fantastic experience under a great CEO called Keith Williams. I worked there for almost 15 years. And those familiar with Underwriters Laboratories will know that they develop safety standards, and then they test those products to those standards. And if the product passes, they award a certification mark. And they also do other verifications and compliance work for product manufacturers and others. When I first went to UL and I was hired by Keith Williams, the organization was in a little bit of trouble and it was struggling. The culture was a little bit command and control. The clients disliked the service, and the people who worked there, the employees, disliked the company. And so there was a big turnaround to be done. And with a good business plan and focus on people, what I learned from the UL experience as I was setting up what we call UL University, which was an L&D organization, learning and development organization, plus Lean Six Sigma, was that if you treated people with respect, you trained them properly, you brought in leaders who were supportive, empathetic, coaching, and helped remove barriers, and then trusted the workers, the employees, and your colleagues to do the job they were hired to do, really great things happen. Right. And so we invested a huge amount of time and energy in leadership development, management development, and technical competence skills. And over a period of 10 to 12 years, we became one of the most liked companies by our customers. We had better than average industry engagement scores. We had financial success, and generally speaking, we were able to attract and retain talent much more easily than we were in the prior years. So what I learned there was that leadership counts, and an approach to leadership which is supportive, right, which is empathetic, and which provides the tools for our colleagues to do their jobs in a collegiate culture, it worked.
And you can bring this here now. So,
Well, yeah, I think that's something that we have experience with. We know it works, and the research is there to say it works beyond only UL to other companies that adopt a similar approach. And we can see in the research that those results are always superior to those who have other approaches.
excellent. So what do you want Vermonters to know about the Vermont Manufacturing Extension Center, which you're head of now?
Yeah, well, and it's really great, small and mighty organization. It's the only organization in Vermont that's specifically focused on manufacturing and manufacturers and their needs and their aspirations and their issues and their problems. And so we are a group of people who provide advisory, support, and partnership in a number of areas that help manufacturers do a better job, continuously improve, grow their companies, attract more talent, and then hopefully over time become a major source of employment in Vermont for Vermonters, making really useful products in safe places, safe and clean places. So our mission is to focus on those manufacturers, help them as much as we can, and address the needs that they have today, which are many.
So, sure. Give us a snapshot quickly of manufacturing in Vermont. How many manufacturers do we have, and what do we manufacture in the state?
Well, we have a lot of manufacturers. There's almost 1,200, probably more. Certainly 1,200 we know about. They're all over the state, and they're working in everything from chips to cheese. And I think when I say chips, I mean, electronic chips for process systems and computers, etc., through to food and beverage manufacturing, metal manufacturing. We have also textiles. We have wood manufacturing. We have a full gamut of manufacturing activity. Now, the size of the average Vermont manufacturer is between 1 and 50 people. So we're talking about small and medium-sized manufacturers in Vermont. And that's specifically our mission at Vmec, is to help those small and medium size manufacturers grow. So we do have a full range of manufacturing activity, and we do have a full range of issues that they face. And so we are here to help support them, mitigate, eliminate, and grow.
Indeed. Well, and some of those issues, workforce shortages, supply chain disruptions, emerging technologies are just a few of the things on manufacturers' minds these days. How can your staff at Vmec offer assistance to these areas in Vermont businesses?
Well, that's right. And you just nailed the first two or three are absolutely top of the list for Vermont manufacturers. And we work with them. Once we ascertain what the need is, and then how can we help, we work in each of those areas, whether it's workforce assessment, training and development, leadership development, whether it's efficiency, productivity, quality, cost reduction, whether it's technology application. We have experts in all of those areas that can partner with our manufacturing customers and take them through known processes and proven processes that are known to be able to help improve all of those particular issues and barriers. So what we do is we partner with them to analyze, solve, plan for solutions, and then help them implement those solutions to become improved in any one of those areas. And so we're here. We are unlike other types of businesses that show up and say you should do this and you should do that, and then leave again and say, oh well, you failed to do it, it's your fault, or what. We are there. We stay here. We live in Vermont. We work with them from the beginning of identifying the need to solving the need, and we're always available, just a phone call away or just a car ride away. So we continually engage. And I think that's a real differentiator for us, that we are here and we're in it for the long term, and we're in it with the manufacturer for the journey to improve performance.
Fantastic. And with just a staff of 10, so somehow you
Yes.
provide this miraculous service very well with a few people. I'll come back to that in a minute, but to make sure we have time for this, I mentioned that it's National Manufacturing Day. And so before we wrap up, I want to give you a chance to talk about what that means to you and what the whole month of October means for manufacturing.
Yeah, we're really excited that Manufacturing Day is around and the whole month is dedicated to manufacturing issues. What it really means to us is we would like to get the message out there to all of the potential young people and mid-career people in Vermont that manufacturing is a clean and a safe and a very lucrative way to earn a living. And these days, I mean, a lot of people have the image of, you know, dark satanic mills from those poems in 18th century England, but manufacturing is completely different from that these days. It's very clean, it's sustainable, and it's a great place to forge a career. And we know that, you know, in manufacturing, we want to basically open our doors to say, come on in and have a look. Have a look at the jobs that are available, have a look at the things that manufacturers are making, have a look at the growth potential here in Vermont, and maybe choose manufacturing as a potential career, because we know that it's about $10,000 above the average salary of any Vermonter. Manufacturing pays $10,000 more and usually comes with benefits. So it's also a very stable career to go into. And these days we have lots of training and development to help you become more marketable as you work in manufacturing. So we were hoping to open the doors, show modern manufacturing as it is, and attract people to come and work in the manufacturing sector.
It's very exciting. So how can manufacturers be in touch with you and your resource team?
Yeah, the best way is either to go to our website, it's vmec.org, have a look at our website, have a look at that number, phone the number that's on the screen. And if you have a need or an issue, please give us a call. We will be happy to talk to you and happy to get involved with you to help solve your issues or to help you with any opportunity you may have if you have a growth opportunity.
Okay, well, Patrick, thank you so much and happy National Manufacturing Day.
Well, thank you very much, Fran. It's lovely to talk to you.
And you too. And once again, thank you for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.